Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday morning worship with Morgan. You think that I'd get it? Yeah. Sorry about not coming last week. I slept through it. But yeah. Today, the working definition of worship that I use is reflecting back to God his own self-revealed worth, or responding to the revelations that God has given you. Notice that in that definition, there's no music. So yes, music is one great way to worship God, but it's not the only way to worship God. And I've said that quite a few times to the youth group that I work with and my church that I lead worship for. So this morning, I wanted to lead everybody through an exercise that I was learning about through my class. And it's an exercise in silence, which is kind of uncomfortable for some people and kind of awesome for other people, but I would ask that you put your whole self into this. It's really easy, and it's pretty nice. So let's go through it. I wish we were in person so that I could talk and respond, but we're just gonna dive right in. So for 1 minute right now, we are going to take a minute to sit in silence and think about anything that we want. Literally whatever you want. Just think about whatever you want for this first minute. And ready, set, go. And that can end the first minute that we did. Feel free to grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down some things that had came to mind during that time. Feel free to just pause the video and go grab it right now if you want. Yeah, so now with this second minute that we're going to take, just one more minute, focus on God during the silence. I did this myself before we started this, and what I did was I just kind of put out my hand like this and pretended that, Jesus was holding it. And you can picture yourself sitting with him or walking with him or just imagine him standing there. It's totally up to you, but just try to take 1 minute to just focus on him. And we're going to start that again. In 3, 2, 1. doesn't stop. Again, I encourage you to write down and reflect upon anything that might have happened in that minute. When I was doing it earlier, the first minute I was just going through all these things that were on my mind that I'm stressed about, with all the stuff going on in the world and at work, and there's a lot going on, and I, even towards the end of my first minute, I was like, oh shoot, there's something I forgot to do. And during the second minute, I kind of was still, and I almost felt Jesus take my hand, and I heard him say, it's gonna be okay. I'm right here. You may have had something similar. You may have not enjoyed it at all. Feel free to leave a comment on the video, and I'll try to respond. But the reflection is the most important part after practicing this specific spiritual discipline. Feel free to practice it at home. You can do it for 2 minutes each way. You can do it for 5 minutes each way. You can do it for 30 seconds each way. It's a great way to just connect, and it's super simple. If you're interested in reading more about that, it's all in this book here. It's called Spiritual Practices in Community. It's more geared for spiritual leaders or people in charge of a small group for ministry, but it's really awesome. The author is Diana Shiflett, and she goes through a bunch of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this time of worship, even though it may not be what you're most familiar with. And I wish you the best rest of your Sunday morning.